Imagination is the key because you're using your knowledge, what you know, to make something that no one's made before.
If you're creative, then other people will be inspired by you, and then they'll keep pushing forward. So if you'll spread it to your friends, and then your friends spread to their friends, and then all over the world, everyone will have a happy life.
It's like a whole land of imagination where you feel like you can make anything or invent anything you want, and you make something that nobody has ever thought of.
When you grow up, you're going to be a pro. So you better get creative right now so you can remember those things, what you did from the past, carry those things, brings them to the future.
You can make anything you want, and you can make that change the world. One small thing could change the world, like one person can change the world.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you love that video as much as we do. We've always believed that people with passion could change the world. And that was on display this weekend in marches across Washington and across our nation. We're deeply, yeah. We are deeply inspired by the courage of these students who are using their voices to bring about change in America. We're proud to be here in Chicago. Chicago is home to one of the largest, most diverse, and most forward-thinking school systems in the entire country. Educators in the Chicago Public School District share our strong belief that technology has an important role to play in the classroom. Macs and iPads are used throughout the school by students for everything from music to language arts and even advanced robotics. And we recently announced that CPS is working with Apple to teach coding to more than 370,000 kids across the district. Yeah. We're also thrilled to be right here at Lane Tech College Prep High School. Yeah. Lane Tech is one of the oldest, and it's the largest public high school in the Chicago Public School District. And there may be many reasons why they claim to be the school of champions, but there's none more impressive than having more PhDs coming out of Lane than any school in the country. Whoa. At Apple, we care deeply about education because we love kids and we love teachers. We love creativity and curiosity, and we know that our products can help bring out the creative genius in every kid. That's why education is such a big part of who we are as a company and has been for 40 years. Starting back in 1978, Apple saw the incredible opportunity to bring powerful computer technology to everyone, including kids and teachers. We had a unique insight into how technology could inspire kids to unleash their creative genius. And we believed that technology could help teachers deliver a unique and personalized learning experience to all kids. We've never stopped believing this, and we've never stopped working on it. That's why early on we created Wheels for the Mind, the first program for university educators to share ideas and best practices and to teach educators how to use technology best in the classroom. And it's why we created a 10-year study called Apple Classrooms of Tomorrow that showed engagement increased exponentially for students and teachers who had access to our products. Our work in education continues today across the entire company. For example, we created a comprehensive new curriculum called Everyone Can Code using our Swift Playgrounds app. It makes it fun and easy for everyone to learn to code, whether they're in the classroom or at home. And at Apple Retail, students and teachers can come in and join scheduled classes that have been prepared just for them to learn new skills from everything from photography and filmmaking to including creating their own apps. And recently, we announced an initiative to bring coding opportunities to community schools, community colleges, technical colleges, vocational schools, including the City Colleges of Chicago. These schools are using our app development with Swift to create the next generation of killer apps. We're also working with 40 STEAM organizations around the world to bring coding to even more kids of all backgrounds, like AmpCap for girls, who are incorporating Swift into their program for girls across the United States. And through Connect Ed, we're bringing technology and professional learning to more than 100 underserved schools across America, working with school leaders and helping them to deliver on the vision of technology right in their classrooms for all students. I really love this program. And I'm pleased to welcome Kathleen Richardson, who works with Connect Ed for Apple, to tell you firsthand about her experiences using Apple products right in the classroom. Kathleen?
Hello. My name is Kathleen. I used to be a classroom teacher, and now I work at Apple on a team that travels across the country that works directly with educators that use Apple products in their classroom. I'd like to tell you a story about one teacher that I work with at Tuskegee Public Elementary School in Alabama. Mr. Ferris Moore is a 6th grade teacher at TPS, and he wanted to figure out a way to be able to change his teaching practices to ensure that all of his students were connected and engaged in learning. So he led his students to try some amazing new projects with iPad. One is a project, a Veterans History project, that's in partnership with the Library of Congress. When his students were learning about various world wars, he quickly saw that they were not connected or engaged in the content. He decided to reach out to veterans in their community, have them come to the school to be interviewed, and provide their war accounts. This was a great experience for the students because they were able to record all of these stories. Making the experience more personal and collaborative helped the students build a better understanding of this piece of history. They used iPad to make connections between the wars they were studying and the impact that it had on people in their local community. They took ownership of their learning, and now their digital projects will be showcased at the Library of Congress for the entire world to see. Yes. It's very, very exciting. And do you know why it's exciting? Because Mr. Moore empowered his students, and now they're researchers, they're cartographers, they're reporters, they're historians, and much more. They're already talking about their journey into higher education and the careers they plan to obtain with vigor, and they're only elementary students. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie. Yeah. I've been to that school, and it will make your heart sing to be there. Thank you, Kathleen, for sharing that with us. It's inspiring to hear about the fantastic results that we're seeing in Connect Ed. Working with students and teachers constantly reminds us of the words of Horace Mann, the great education reformer, who once said, "Education, then, beyond all devices of human origin, is the great equalizer of the conditions of men and women." These words are as important today as they were when he wrote them over 150 years ago. We've been so fortunate to have been invited into classrooms all over the world and to see firsthand the experiences of learning with our products. Like the Luwan #1 Central Primary School in Shanghai, which is using iPad to create entirely new ways to teach everything from history to the arts. And the Woodbury Down Primary School in London, where students are making their own books to share, scoring their own songs, and programming drones with Swift. Moments like this mean so much to everyone at Apple. They inspire us to create even better products that help kids learn and unlock their amazing creative genius. Today, we're going to take those experiences even further. And to start it off, we're going to talk about iPad. And to do that, I'd like to invite Greg Joswick up to the stage. Greg?
Thanks, Jim. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We know that great teachers and powerful technology are an incredible combination. They can unleash students' creativity, allowing them to do things they never dreamed possible. We're proud to make the very best products for unleashing this creativity, and we're driven to make products that our customers love. And teachers and students alike love the iPad. They love that the iPad is so easy to use with its incredible large multi-touch display and its legendary easy-to-use interface. It feels like an extension of their minds, engaging, fluid, and immersive. They love the iPad because it's super portable. They can take it with them anywhere in the classroom and beyond, because today learning happens everywhere, even where there might not be a desk. For instance, students can take the iPad on a field trip, use the camera to identify the plants they see, then use our Clips app to shoot a video report to share what they've learned. They love iPad because it's so versatile. The iPad is a magical sheet of glass that can become anything we want it to be, like these students who are using iPads to program and command robots. Think for a moment just how cool that is. I couldn't do this when I was a kid, but this is what kids do today with iPad in the classroom. They love iPad because it's super powerful. They can use apps like Playground Physics to record video and use that to instantly analyze speed, force, and energy of motion. They love iPad because it comes with amazing built-in apps that ignite creativity, apps including iWork, GarageBand, Clips, and iMovie. Students can create incredible reports. They can capture their next big idea, shoot and edit their first film, or compose their first opus. There's nothing like these creativity apps on any other device. They also love that the iPad can do over 1 million other incredible things. Literally, as there are over 1 million apps in the App Store made for iPad that can do virtually anything we can imagine. And there are nearly 200,000 apps made for education. This goes way beyond the basics and way beyond browser-based apps. No other platform has anything close to this depth, breadth, or quality of apps for learning. They love that the iPad is built for everyone. With the accessibility features built into iOS, these capabilities are available to students of all abilities. You know, we love hearing from teachers. They're the ones in the classrooms day in and day out, stoking the imaginations of their students. They've seen firsthand the way their students are more engaged, more creative, and ultimately more successful when they're working with iPad. So I'd like to bring up Cassie Williams from the Woodbury Downs School in England that you heard about just a few minutes ago to tell you about her experiences with iPad in a classroom. Please welcome Cassie.
Hi, Hi everyone. I teach across 3 primary schools in London, where we have a wide range of students from all different backgrounds and cultures. When I first introduced iPad into my classroom, I quickly realized the impact it could have on engaging my learners. Movie making, documenting science projects, sharing presentations were ways to bring my diverse class together. It sparked collaboration, creativity, and curiosity. And it helped me to enable every child to find their own path to success. In Year 2, we have geography lessons where the children learn about where our food comes from and how it gets to us. They use iPad and apps to research the different geographical features of countries where food, such as bananas, grows. They investigate the farmers, the vegetation, the people of the country. They can study different modes of transportation, the packaging, the journey and the distance the food takes to get to us. When they finish their learning, they bring it all together in video, which allows them to best express themselves. What's unique about these lessons today with iPad is that the students have virtually unlimited directions that they can take their learning. They are creators of content rather than consumers of information. They choose the path based on what they find interesting. Some spend more time in the country where the food was grown, whilst others focus more on how the food was brought to the UK. Being able to see their learning in video helps me to better assess what they know. It also helps our children who speak English as a second language and who would otherwise find it to communicate and participate in the learning. In 2017, the national average of children achieving the expected standard in reading, writing, and maths was 61%. In our schools, 96% of the students achieved that expected standard. Thank you. Thank you. This shows how the skills we are developing with our children is helping to have an impact on academic performance. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cassie. It's great to hear about all that fantastic success that you're having with iPad in your classroom. I'm really proud that the things that teachers and students love of iPad are true of all of our iPad models. And the most popular iPad has been the 9.7-inch iPad with its fantastic large display, great capabilities, and it's available to schools for just $2.99. Mashable said Apple's $2.99 iPad is a love letter to education, and schools do love it. This is our most popular iPad in education by far. So today we're introducing a new iPad that takes this experience even further, and I'd like to introduce it to you now. The new 9.7-inch iPad takes everything people love about our most popular iPad and make it even better for inspiring creativity and learning. Apple Pencil and iPad Pro has become the creative tool of choice by the world's most demanding pro artists, illustrators, and designers. It's incredibly fast, fluid, and precise, and it feels completely natural to use. Well, we wanted to bring that amazing experience to even more people. So now our most affordable iPad has support for our most creative tool, Apple Pencil. We're providing a high-resolution touch system with sub-pixel precision to this iPad. This will enable ultra-low latency, pencil support, and the same tilt and pressure sensing that have made Apple Pencil such a hit. It's so versatile for the things you do every day at school, like taking notes. Apple Pencil works beautifully with the built-in Notes app. And markup, it's now just so easy to mark up a worksheet, assignment, or screenshot. And of course, the great education apps like Explain Everything that already support Apple Pencil will work with this new iPad. And it goes so much further. There's an incredible universe of apps designed for Apple Pencil on iPad Pro that will now be available to everyone. And more iPad Pencil-enabled apps and new uses for Apple Pencil just keep coming. And three of the most popular apps in education are our own iWork suite of apps: Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. Today, we're introducing all new versions of these three apps that support Apple Pencil. Students can now add drawings or notes right inside their projects, and it's really easy to use. In fact, we gave it to some students to see what they would do, and we were really impressed by the results. This report on Vikings history feels completely different once they added their own drawings of Vikings and their ships. And this lab report on balloon-powered rockets came alive with their illustrations done with Apple Pencil. My lab reports never looked like this, but now kids have a whole new way to showcase what they're learning. Now, in addition to supporting drawing with Apple Pencil, we also wanted to give you a sneak peek of something really cool in the new version of Pages. We're still working on this beta feature, but we think it's already pretty awesome, and it's called Smart Annotation. Today, students are turning in their papers electronically. But if you want to mark up a student's paper, you either have to print it out, or you have to make a PDF copy and mark it up with special apps. And you have to do this for every student. Well, with Pages and Smart Annotation, that all goes away. Now you can simply write or add marks right on the Pages document itself. And this isn't just a superficial layer of ink on top of the document like others have done. With Smart Annotation, your marks stay anchored to the words they were added to. Notice the mark I made around the word he and how it moves as I edit the document, just like you would expect it to. This level of integration has never been done before. Pencil support is such a natural extension of iWork, and it's perfect for education. Now let's talk about something else that's making a big impact in a classroom, and that's digital books. Teachers love using their Macs to create digital books that bring subjects to life in a way that no paper book can, with interactive features, videos, and photos that you can customize. You can make the content relevant to the kids in your class because students light up when they see their school or their friends in a real book. Well, you've been able to make these books on a Mac using iBooks Author, but we wanted to open it up to even more teachers and students too. So today, we're bringing digital book creation to the iPad. And we're building it right into Pages, which works great on the iPad, and it works great on the Mac too. It's got everything you need to make a totally engaging digital book. To make it easy to get started, we've included a full set of templates for everything from reports to stories to lessons. And they're created by Apple designers, and they're absolutely beautiful. The pages of your digital book come alive. You can easily add your own interactive image galleries filled with photos and captions that you can swipe through with your finger. And you can easily add videos complete with sound. You could even use the built-in camera of the iPad to record videos right onto the page. And with Apple Pencil, you can personalize your book even more with your own illustrations. And we know that creative minds working together can produce some amazing results. So Pages has group collaboration built right in, making it easy to spark ideas on a book as a group project. This is a game-changing version of iWork, and all three apps come loaded onto every iPad for free. iWork was already super popular with education, and now it's even more super awesome. Our most affordable iPad, now with pencil support and game-changing apps, yet there's so much more. This iPad is designed to be the ultimate tool for education with its beautiful large Retina display, advanced front and rear cameras for photos, videos, FaceTime video calls, an amazing array of sensors, including gyroscope and accelerometer. You authenticate with just a touch of your finger in Touch ID. Faster LTE capabilities so you can go anywhere and stay connected. And of course, it has great all-day 10-hour battery life and it weighs just 1 pound. But we're also upgrading the chip in this new iPad to the super fast A10 Fusion. The A10 gives a big boost in processing and graphics horsepower. This is important because students and teachers are creating complex projects and they're using the enhanced multitasking capabilities built into iOS 11 to run multiple apps at the same time. And they're using the graphics and video intensive apps that make learning so much more immersive and more engaging. With the A10 Fusion, this iPad is now more powerful than most PC laptops and virtually every Chromebook. Now let's talk about something really cool, augmented reality. AR is about combining digital with the real world, and iOS is the largest AR platform in the world. And we believe AR is going to bring an entirely new dimension to the classroom, enabling new ways to learn. Well, this iPad has the power of the A10 Fusion combined with the big, beautiful Retina display, the advanced cameras and sensors that enable incredible AR experiences simply not possible on other devices. And we're already seeing some amazing AR apps for education and learning. The first app I'd like to show you is Boulevard AR, which brings art history to life. Imagine you're in a history class and you want to view a prized piece of art. Well, you basically have two choices. You can either look in a book or you go to a museum, and that museum may be nowhere near you. Well, imagine instead if you could instantly view that piece of art hanging on the walls of your classroom. Well, Boulevard is working on an app which allows students to do just that. They can walk right up to priceless works of art from museums around the world. Get up close enough to see the individual brushstrokes. Check out every detail. It's the next best thing to being in a museum, and in some ways it's even better because no gallery would ever let you this close. Isn't this awesome? The next app is Free Rivers app from the World Wildlife Fund that uses AR to allow students to interact with the environment in ways they never could before. Because it's one thing to read about it science, it's quite another to experience. You can place a beautifully detailed landscape right on the table in front of you, and you can explore and interact with it. Students can fly in through the clouds, easily move around the free-flowing river valley. Students can see what it's like if they decide to build a hydropower dam in a bad location and the impact of their decision on the environment. This is just so cool. AR on the iPad helps students experience and understand these concepts much more deeply than they ever could before. The last app I'm going to show you is one of my favorites. It's called Frogopedia by DesignMate, and it allows you to experience biology in a way you never could before. With the magic of AR, students can place a virtual frog right on their desk, and they can explore the inner workings of that frog in a way they never could with a real frog. And instead of dissecting a frog, which can have both cost and safety implications, not to mention some serious implications for the frog, students can dissect a virtual frog with their Apple Pencil. They can even take a built-in quiz to identify the individual organs. We just love this stuff. There's no doubt that AR is going to dramatically change the way this generation learns. In addition to all these incredible AR capabilities, this iPad comes loaded with all the other great features built for iPad and iOS 11, and our terrific apps like GarageBand, Clips, iMovie Notes, and the iWork suite that can help anyone be more creative. And since we've made both the hardware and the software, nothing comes even close to offering the powerfully simple or magical experience that iPad can. And even with all these enhancements, we're pleased that we're able to offer this new iPad for the same $329 starting price for consumers, and we're super pleased to offer this for schools for just $299. It's available to order today, and we'll start shipping to our customers and arriving in stores this week. And the updates to Pages, Numbers, and Keynote that I show you come with every new iPad, and they're also available for download today as well. And we're also bringing great new education content to two of our most beloved creative apps today as well. GarageBand has a brand new sound pack for kids with fun new instruments and sound effects, even fun animal sounds. And Clips, go ahead, it's great. And with Clips, students can enhance their videos with new shapes, styles, and great-looking posters. Great hardware and great software for education, but we didn't stop there. We also created some great tools to help you use iPad in the classroom. Now, some schools provide an iPad for every student, but some schools like to share a pool of iPads among many students. To make that easier, we created Shared iPad. Shared iPad lets a student pick up any iPad off the school cart, tap on their name, and once they log in, that iPad becomes their own, with their own apps, their own books, and their own documents ready to go. And at the end of class, that same iPad can be ready for the next student in less than 1 minute. And when it comes to getting set up, we created Apple School Manager to give the tech teams a one-stop shop to easily set up devices, download apps, and create Apple IDs for everyone in the school. Let's talk a moment about Apple IDs because they're important. They give you and your students access to Apple services like iCloud storage, automatic backup, shared iPad, and group collaboration. And with Apple School Manager, Apple IDs can be created individually or in bulk by your school's tech team. And it's fast. You can create enough Apple IDs for an entire school of 1,500 in less than 1 minute. That is fast. And Apple School Manager can even integrate with your student information system so IDs can be automatically added or removed when students join or leave the school. Another thing you get with Managed Apple ID is free iCloud storage for your data, your documents, and your projects. We're excited to announce that starting today, we're increasing the storage that we include for every Managed Apple ID in education from 5 gigabytes to 200 gigabytes. So you have plenty of room to store all that rich creative content you're making on iPad. In addition to great hardware, software, and services, there's also a vast ecosystem of accessories that allow the iPad to do even more. From drones to microscopes to audiovisual equipment and so much more. And there's some great new iPad accessories designed with schools in mind, and I'd like to highlight a couple of them. The first is an updated rugged case and keyboard combo from Logitech designed specifically for kids in school. And Logitech is also offering Crayon, a new low-cost option for education that works great with iWork and other pencil-enabled apps. This new 9.7-inch iPad puts a ton of power and creative capability into a durable and mobile design that weighs just 1 pound. It could easily fit into any curriculum or any backpack. It offers so many advantages over any other device or platform. In fact, we believe this powerful combination of hardware, software, services, and ecosystem make this iPad the very best product ever created for students and teachers. So that's iPad. And as I said earlier, great teachers and powerful technology are an incredible combination. So now I'd like to invite Susan Prescott to the stage to tell you about all the things we're doing for these great teachers.
Thanks. So I hope you had as much fun as I did watching Joz walk through those amazing products. But we do know that the best products alone can't create great learning experiences. Teachers are the heart of the classroom, and we know it takes dedicated, passionate teachers to fuel students' curiosity and to guide them to their full creative potential. So we want to help teachers use our products to create engaging and personal learning experiences for all kinds of learners. And some of you may be thinking, that sounds great, but how am I going to do that in my classroom? Where am I going to find time? Well, today we're going to share with you some tools we've created to help. And it starts with the Classroom app. Teachers love it because it lets them guide their students, that's guiding their students, and keep them focused and on task, even when the kids aren't all doing the same thing. Teachers can see what their students are doing on iPad, but they can click in on a specific student, make sure everything's okay, and give additional guidance if they need it. Teachers love using Classroom on the iPad, but we know lots of teachers love using their Mac. So today I'm happy to announce we're bringing Classroom to the Mac. Now, with all the same great features as the iPad app, teachers can use a Mac to guide their students working on iPad. Classroom for Mac will be available as beta in June, so look for it. Classroom is great. I could hear you guys love it too, but we want to help you do more to communicate and connect with students and give them the personal attention they deserve. So today, I am very excited to introduce a brand new app called Schoolwork. Schoolwork is a free cloud-based app that makes it easy for you to assign handouts, to tap into the power of apps that make the iPad amazing, and to get visibility into each student's progress. So let's take a look. When you open Schoolwork, you can see all your classes, as well as any upcoming assignments. It's easy to create handouts for your class with PDFs or web links or documents. You might want to send your class a simple field trip reminder or a group project assignment, or maybe today's math homework. It's literally as easy as sending an email. But we just saw some of the amazing apps in our ecosystem that let students and teachers in the classroom learn and create in ways they never could before. So we knew Schoolwork had to do more. It had to go further. So today in Schoolwork, we're introducing a groundbreaking new way to bring apps into your classroom. Now, of course, Student lets you point students and teachers. Schoolwork will let you point students to an app, and that's great. But that's not enough. What's really cool is we make it easy for you to assign students a specific activity within an app. So with one tap, students can go directly to that activity you wanted them to complete. For example, this is the integers activity from the Kahoot app. Now assigning an activity within an app is as easy as assigning a worksheet. But can it be just as easy to check on their progress? With Schoolwork, it is. For the first time, it's easy for you to see how all your students are doing on an activity like the Kahoot activity we saw. You can see how an individual student is doing. Jeremy's doing pretty well. And with just a tap, I can see a detailed view of all the students' work. Kind of incredible. So this means their documents, their projects, and detailed view of how they're doing even on their app activities. And that's important for many reasons, but one is we think it will allow teachers to be able to tailor to the needs and the potential of their students by getting this kind of view. We're really excited about that. So, now, it's really important to us that you understand this data stays private. It's very important. While teachers see each student's progress information, we don't, and neither can anybody else. Privacy is integral to everything we do at Apple, not just for students and teachers, but for everyone using an Apple product. It is something we are very passionate about. Now, how do these great apps integrate with Schoolwork? ClassKit is a brand new API that we're introducing today to do just that. These are some apps that had early access to the ClassKit API and have already begun to integrate their apps and the activities within those apps to easily work as assignments within schoolwork. And many more apps are on the way. So that's a look at schoolwork, a new app we're very excited to announce today. It'll be available in June. All right, let's talk about another important way we're supporting teachers by making it easier to bring our products into the classroom in fun, but also meaningful ways. And the way we do that is with Apple Teacher, our free and self-paced online professional learning program. With Apple Teacher, you can build skills for teaching with our products. You can show progress by earning badges. One of my favorite parts, you can be inspired by what's happening in your classroom or by seeing what other teachers are doing. Apple Teacher Learning Center is where you can get the free resources and activities to get the most from our products in the classroom. As an example, teachers love our starter guides, which helps them get hands-on with creative projects and content and new ideas. We're always adding new content to Apple Teacher Learning Center. In fact, today, we're adding a new collection to let you bring clips into the classroom in really fun, new ways. If you want to test what you've learned, we offer quizzes, and for each quiz that you pass, you can earn a badge. Teachers feel a sense of accomplishment from earning these badges. We love seeing them celebrate and inspire one another. It's a lot of fun. And today, we're excited to announce that we are almost just on the verge of handing out our 1 millionth badge. So, congratulations to all the teachers on those many accomplishments. One teacher that's actively participated in Apple Teacher, and in fact, she's earned every badge we offer, is a great teacher named Nicole Blanchard from the Dunham School in Louisiana. Nicole has inspired us and her whole community. Please join me in welcoming Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole Blanchard. I get to work with my teachers and help them use technology in the classroom. Professional learning plays such an important role in helping us grow as educators as well as reach our students. Apple Teacher has been such a gift to the Dunham School community. It has helped my teachers see new ways that they can use technology in the classroom. It has also inspired them to make learning more student-centered. One fourth grade teacher at my school decided to take a reading unit and make it a total interactive learning experience. Instead of a traditional book report, she encouraged students to bring characters to life using voice recorder and GarageBand. These students showed empathy for the characters and made inferences. And wow, did their personalities shine through. This was a fun and engaging unit for the students, but it was a particular turning point for one student. The student who was afraid to stand up in front of his peers and speak. That student that had the stomach ache on presentation days. This student found a safe place, a place to practice. He was able to record, then listen, and then revise his lines. So when it came time to presentation day, he stood up in front of his peers confidently. He pressed play, and the recording took control. He finally found his voice. These are the days that we live for as a teacher. The days when there's a breakthrough and we find that spark in a child. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. It's teachers like Nicole who wow us and inspire us and make us want to figure out more ways we can have impact in the classroom. One of the things we're doing, that may be the most powerful thing we're doing, is building curriculum. We believe coding is a fundamental literacy in today's world. And Tim mentioned that we've developed a curriculum to make it easy and fun for students around the world to learn to read and write code. Everyone can code. It includes free teaching and learning resources available to tens of millions of kids around the world. And learning coding isn't just so you can become a developer, though it's great if that's what a kid wants to do. There's valuable skills and benefits to learning coding anyway. Of course, it's everywhere in the world we live, but it also teaches critical thinking and problem solving. And the confidence a kid feels when they realize they can code helps them discover something really great about themselves. It's magical. Everyone Can Code uses Swift, which is a powerful programming language we developed here at Apple. We're proud that Swift is the fastest growing programming language, but we are equally proud that it was designed to be easy to teach and easy to learn, so kids can start with a real programming language and take it all the way through. You can do so much with Swift. In fact, our engineers used Swift to build Swift Playgrounds, the fun and free interactive app that teaches kids to code, and they love it. We've localized it in 15 languages. It's available in 155 countries. Kids love Swift Playgrounds, and when we introduced the opportunity to program drones and robots on an iPad, it's just gone to another level. It makes coding so much fun. Swift Playgrounds, though, is just part of the full Everyone Can Code curriculum. We have lessons that go from basic coding concepts all the way to kids building fully functional apps of their own that they designed. Maybe that will change the world. And today, we're announcing an ARKit module for our app development with Swift curriculum, so kids can not only build and design apps, they can do it with the super cool augmented reality technology that Joz showed earlier. To get teachers comfortable and excited to teach coding, we have teacher guides. And the teacher guides are full of things that teachers have told us they found useful, like Keynote presentations that can be customized, or lesson ideas to make coding concepts easier to understand, maybe rubrics to track progress. And of course, Swift Playground's integrated into schoolwork so you can assign app activities from within the app. It's literally everything a teacher needs to get started. Teachers at almost 2,000 schools around the world are already teaching with Everyone Can Code, using these free teaching and learning resources. I'd like to bring one of them up today to talk to you about coding in her classroom, and she's from right here in Chicago. Please welcome Kasia Durza.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Kasia. I have set high expectations for my students, and I teach so that they will be challenged to solve problems, think, collaborate, and learn from each other every day. I first started teaching coding using block-based coding apps, which are a great introduction to the basics of coding. But I knew my students could do so much more with real code. So I introduced them to Swift Playgrounds. They loved it. Swift Playgrounds made them realize how much more they could do with code. They immediately saw connections between commands and functions and things they do every day, like brushing their teeth or tying their shoes. I do not have a coding background, but using the Everyone Can Code teacher guide allowed me to bring something new and powerful into my teaching. I also got to learn more about the students in my classroom, and students with diverse backgrounds, learning needs, and English language learners found new ways to achieve, and they all blossomed into great problem solvers. One student in my classroom was extremely shy. She was learning to speak English, and she did not feel confident talking in class. Swift Playgrounds gave her the opportunity to showcase her learning and work with other students on common problems. Because of her coding experience, this one shy student has become a leader. She's now a member of Student Council and our school's tech team. I have been so inspired by what I'm seeing in my classroom that I am now integrating robots to encourage students to stretch their abilities. They were so excited with their new skills. They even started hosting coding workshops for younger students at our school. When students get to apply coding into real-life situations, that's how I know I am making real connections with them. Thank you.
I love seeing what Kasha's class is doing, and the younger kids being taught by older kids is so awesome. We're thrilled with the response Everyone Can Code is having from teachers and students around the world. But we talked about the power of curriculum, and we see that with Everyone Can Code, but we think we can take it even further. After 40 years working alongside educators, we've seen, and research has shown, that creative thinking leads to deeper student engagement. And that's so important in a classroom. Students become better problem solvers, better collaborators, better communicators. They explore more, they experiment more. They stretch their imaginations and make connections they may not have otherwise made. So powerful. And they carry this through everything they'll do in school and beyond. Today, I am so excited to announce we're building a brand new curriculum to inspire a new kind of learning experience. And we're calling it Everyone Can Create. Everyone Can Create is a program designed around the idea that technology can unleash kids' creativity and their creative genius in the classroom. And applying these concepts can lead to deeper understanding and demonstration of what they know in any subject. Now, like Everyone Can Code, teachers have free teaching and learning resources. But with Everyone Can Create, we focus on developing skills in 4 creative disciplines: music, video, photography, and drawing. And those are very powerful ways for kids to express themselves. But we know creativity isn't just about art and music. It's so much more. The real magic comes when you apply those skills in the classroom to subjects you're already teaching. For example, in photography, skills like composition and lighting can show mathematical patterns that exist in nature. Or a kid can use drawing skills like sketching, texture, or shading to bring out more detail in a history report. Record audio and add background tracks to bring the mood, how you felt when you heard a speech or heard a quote like this.
2, 1.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Fun. And those space sounds were from the new GarageBand sound pack that Jaws talked about. Key video concepts like setting and composition and narrative can come to life by telling stories in any subject. Like this video from Nicole's class in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Living cells reproduce through a process called mitosis.
First, the cell gets ready to divide by duplicating its DNA.
The chromosomes line up along the center of the cell.
The proteins pull the chromosomes apart to opposite sides of the cell.
A membrane forms around each set of chromosomes,
And the cell pinches in the middle to form 2 separate daughter cells.
And that's mitosis. Such amazing work and so much kids can do in the classroom. And there are student guides full of real-world examples and projects to help students build their skills. And of course, there's a robust set of teaching materials that include lesson ideas and class activities for any grade level, and include assessment tips and sample student work. I hope you understand why we believe iPad is best at engaging students in new learning experiences. It's perfect for helping kids unleash their creativity and have freedom of expression. We believe everyone can create, will develop and discover new skills for kids, and we can't wait to see what they do with it. Everyone can create. You can preview today with more content coming this summer so you can be ready this fall in the classroom. So that's a look at just some great things that we're doing that we really hope will help teachers create these learning experiences. Apps like Classroom and Schoolwork to bring our products into the classroom more easily, and skills from Apple Teacher that help be confident and comfortable bringing fun and meaningful projects into the classroom with our products. An amazing curriculum for learning code, and also a brand new curriculum for igniting creativity. So today, we are thrilled to have more than 300 teachers from across the country and around the world with us. We appreciate the work you do every day with your students and our kids. The impact goes far beyond the classroom. Thank you. To celebrate you, we went out and talked to some people who we think's opinion really matters. Let's take a look.
My teacher has a hard job. Her hardest part of the day is trying to make kids listen. I admire their patience. Shout out to all those teachers out there, I gotta say. I think that it would be inspiring to be a teacher because you get to shape up kids' mind. You guys help us learn so we can get smarter. I secretly love school. My mom knows about it. Roses are red, violets are blue. You are my teacher, and I respect you. Thank you, teachers, for teaching students and educating us on things that we will need to learn later on in life. You have the hardest job in the world, I think, and you're nailing it. You are nailing it.
You are nailing it. I couldn't have said it better myself. And now I'd like to have Tim join us again on stage. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. This is an important day for Apple, and we hope that it's an important day for students and teachers around the world, too. We believe in the power of education to create opportunity, and we're excited about all the things that our products can do to make the learning experience even better than ever. This morning, we announced the new iPad with support for Apple Pencil. It's a breakthrough device, and with all of its incredible apps, puts amazing creative potential right in the hands of every student. And all of the amazing augmented reality apps being created specifically for learning. It truly puts the ability to explore the world into the hands of our kids and teachers like no technology has ever done before. We've made some fantastic software announcements today with Pages, Keynote, Numbers, Clips, and GarageBand, all designed to take advantage of the power of the new iPad and Apple Pencil. We're excited about Everyone Can Code, our curriculum giving every student the opportunity to discover just how fun it is to create their own apps. And we're so thrilled to introduce you to our new curriculum, Everyone Can Create, We believe we can help teachers bring fun new experiences into every subject in the classroom, helping kids to communicate in powerful new ways and flex their creative muscle. We think it's an honor to be able to support teachers with a new generation of apps and services that have been designed just for them. From using Pages to digitally mark up students' homework, to managing student assignments, and viewing progress in the new schoolwork app. We've been at this for 40 years, and we care deeply about education. We believe that our place at the intersection of technology and the liberal arts makes it possible for us to create powerful products and tools that amplify learning and creativity. This is something that only Apple can do. To close today, we want to show you just how much fun kids can have collaborating and learning together with iPad. So we made a video, and I'd love to run it for you now.
Settle, please. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. We're not done. Group 3. Let's have Ivy and Michael, Ryan, Sally, and Thomas. Thomas, your homework is to explore gravity. Okay, don't forget, projects are due on Friday. Friday, please. Friday, and don't forget your homework.
Homework. Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink.
You guys ready?
If only a hippo would smash you to bits. Homework. Oh, homework.
Did we get it?
You're giving me fits.
That's amazing! Yeah!
I'd rather take baths with a man-eating shark, or wrestle a lion alone in the dark, eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, then tackle the homework my teacher assigns.
Action!
Dad!
Homework. Oh, homework. You were last on my list. I simply can't see why you even exist. If you just disappeared, it would tickle me pink.
Next up, Group 3.
Homework. Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink.
Oh. Doesn't that look fun? I don't know about you, but I want to go back to school. We can't wait for you to try out these products for yourself. We're inviting the press and special guests to join us right down the hall here at Lane Tech Classrooms for some hands-on sessions to learn more about everything that we announced this morning. And this evening, we're inviting everyone to come join us for a special celebration of creativity at our new Apple Store at Michigan Avenue, where we'll be hosting our very first Everyone Can Create session. There will also be a performance tonight by Tokyo. He's a graduate of Lane Tech, and he'll be performing tracks from his new studio album. I'd like to thank the City of Chicago, Chicago Public Schools, and Lane Tech for hosting us. I'd also like to thank all of the presenters and teachers that came from all around the world to be here with us today and share their experiences in the classroom. And finally, I'd like to thank every teacher out there around the world for the important work that you do every day. You are teaching the next generation of creators and leaders. And myself and everyone at Apple are deeply inspired by what you do every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.